to another Chelsea chat. And yesterday it was Chelsea 2, Burnley 2 at Stamford Bridge in the English Premier League. And I do try and be positive, I really do. But it's 1 o'clock on Sunday, and I've just managed to drum up the enthusiasm. Not really enthusiasm. I've just decided to do the vlog because I watched it again this morning and it was shocking. It was absolutely shocking. I know we've got to trust the process, and we've got a lot of youngsters who are learning on the job and they are going to make mistakes. But what about players like Disasi? He's 26, touching 27 I think, a French international, and he plays at the back with Badiashile for France occasionally. And yesterday I thought those two were more likely to be Australian than French, because those two went walkabouts more in 90 minutes than the average Aborigine does in a lifetime. They were shocking. Conor Gallagher yesterday, and I love him to bits, and I think he's been probably up with Cole Palmer, our player of the season. But when you're playing against low block, do you really need a midfielder whose main strength is pressing? It's not playing balls through the channels for Jackson to run onto. And I don't really blame Gallagher. He had a terrible game, but I really blame Pochettino for the way he set the team up. And even then, at the end, when you can see how bad Badiashile and Disasi are together, why not bring Silva on? At least he said it's a ship. Put someone fast next to him. You could have brought on Alfie Gilchrist. I'll tell you what, Silva and Gilchrist would have been better yesterday, because after 20 minutes you could see what disaster and Baddy were going to be like. I don't know. I don't know if he watches the game. Fernandez and Caicedo, £200 million. Oh. Caicedo's not played anything like he played at Brighton. And World Cup winner Enzo, I don't know. I don't know if it's his heart that's not in it. I don't know. When we lose the ball, there's no effort to get back. Connor, yeah, even he looked like he was losing the will to live yesterday. But Caicedo and Fernandez, they just walk about that pitch. Jackson, young lad, I know, and he's having a good season, but he fades in and out of the game. He's not putting away balls that a proper centre forward should put away. It's Mudryk, yeah, there's a player there, but again, he's learning on the job, and he got a penalty yesterday. Shouldn't have been a penalty. If that's a penalty, then. But I'm not moaning, it was for us, but if it had been for them, I'd have been absolutely tearing my hair out. It was just shocking yesterday. Even Petrovic, with that second goal. Petrovic's had a good season. I rate Petrovic really highly. But it had to be the day that he made a mistake. Instead of pushing that away, I think he tried to catch it. And from that distance, that takes some doing. He's got to push that away. I'm sure he could have got both hands behind it. I honestly believe he's tried catching that. I'll put that down as a mistake, which is a shame, because he made an absolute worldie save before. So I haven't mentioned that yet, have I? Yeah, Burnley went down to 10 men after that penalty, and they could have won the game. They hit the crossbar in the last couple of minutes, and Petrovic made a decent save. And Rodriguez put the ball out. It was just I'm not going to say anymore. I'm going to score the play, because there's such a big gap in between our defence, our midfield, and our centre forward. It's apart from Cole Palmer, we are a bang average, middle of the table to probably lower, just above the relegation zone side. And Pochettino, I'm sorry, but I've got fed up with listening to drivel. Absolute drivel. Oh yeah, I'm really disappointed. They didn't play very well today. Whose fault? I know the players, give them a kick at the backside. Or they're being brought in on Sunday morning for training. Oh, no, it's not. You know, we need to communicate more. Get them in. Get them in Sunday morning. Get them in Sunday morning, 6 o'clock. Have them do a 10-mile run before they even start. Can you imagine our successful managers, Jose, Conte, can you imagine them putting up with that yesterday? I don't think we're going to. I hope I'm wrong. And I'm really fed up today, so I apologise. But I don't think we'll win anything with that melon in charge. And I don't really blame him. I think he's a nice bloke, too nice. Probably why Tottenham won absolutely jack under him. I'm not posh out. I can't see the point of changing now, but a few of that lot, I know we got a lot of youngsters who are learning, but a few of that lot need a kick up the backside. Sterling's miss, that header yesterday. That had to be harder to miss the goal from where he was than to actually score. Oh, but he done a good assist for Cole Palmer. Yeah, he did. And to be honest, when he came in, he wasn't the worst player on there. But he'd have had to sunk some real depths to have been the worst player on that pitch. I don't know. Pochettino did throw on all the forwards, to be fair to him. We don't look like a team. We don't look like we know what we're doing. He's been there 9 months now. Now, you've got youngsters. I expect them to make individual mistakes. I expect, on occasions, for their concentration to waver and for not to run back. So that's when you need a leader to say, "Oi, get your ass back there." We haven't got that, I know. But I expect individual mistakes, but I don't expect the whole team not to know what they're doing. And that's what that looked like yesterday. Burnley won 4 games all season, and they could have beat us yesterday. Should have beat us yesterday. Lucky we had a kind referee. I don't know what he was looking at for that. That was so soft. It was just a hand on the shoulder. Lucky Mudryk goes over if the wind's too strong. Otherwise, we'd never have got that. Right, come on, Glenn. Shut up and just get on with the scoring. Petrovic gets a 5. I don't put the goal down to him, but he should have saved it. And I put it down to the fact we can't mark. I don't know what we do in training. I play pinball, I would imagine. And but we can't mark. The amount of goals we let in is crazy. Can you imagine Tuchel? Can you imagine Tuchel in charge of that lot? Crikey. Because the first thing he did when he came into Chelsea, and by the way, we were playing crap near the end, but when he came to Chelsea, he tightened that defence up. Remember, we went about, I don't know how many games it was with hardly any goals against us. But yeah, I blame anyone that didn't go up, that it's incapable of jumping with a man next to him. That's who I blame. So Petrovic, he gets a 5. Gusto gets a 6.5. Hopefully his injury's not too bad. Apart from Cole Palmer and Gallagher, he's one of the bright sparks. Played decent yesterday. Always tries to get forward. Good defender too. Rate him highly. Disaster next to him gets a 2. Absolutely shocking. Badiashile next to him gets a 2. Absolutely shocking. No awareness. No cohesion. Doesn't look like there's any communication. They both speak French, and no excuse for that. Cucurella yesterday, 4. He was okay-ish. Caught out of position a lot, but that's probably because of them 2 plonkers going walkabouts. He's not a Lewis Hall, but he did what he did. In front of them, Caicedo 3.5. Don't think he broke a sweat. Fernandes 3.5. Don't even know. I don't even think he knows he was involved in the game. He wouldn't have had to have a rub down because I'd be surprised if his muscles had warmed up. Gallagher yesterday 3.5, just had a horrible game. Wouldn't have played him there to begin with, where he was played, but just had an horrible game. Mudryk 4.5. I can see why he played. He scored that goal for the Ukraine, and to be fair, he's better than Sterling, even though he fades in and out of the game. Doesn't really know football, got lots of pace, skillful, couldn't finish to save his life unless he's playing for the Ukraine. Cole Palmer's my Chelsea man of the match with a 7. Fades in and out of the game a lot, but when he's in the game, he's the mutt's nuts. So yeah, he's my Chelsea man of the match with a 7. And Jackson yesterday, 4.5. His head goes down, he misses a couple, and that's it. Bye-bye Jackson. Pochettino yesterday gets a 3. His post-match press conference, for me, was vomit-inducing. So that's that. These owners, they're the people I really blame. They've spent £1 billion, haven't bought a centre forward, haven't bought any experience. Just think, for, was it 25, was it, it might not have been that much. We could have had James Ward-Prowse with his experience in that midfield. We could have had Maddison. We could have had Verratti if we paid 45 million. Marshalling, bossing that midfield about and biting in the tackle. And when we're losing, dragging them youngsters and saying, this is the attitude you need if you're going to be a top player. And at that back there, they do need someone like a Lewis Dunk or someone like that. I know I don't want to mention Brighton, but they need someone like that. Someone of that ilk that can organise and really sort that out. And that's the owners. And in the summer, they'll be selling, obviously, Gallagher. He's a shoo-in to go. We've got to sell him, really. Otherwise, we'll probably end up with a massive points deduction or relegation. So Gallagher's gone. I don't know who else they're going to sell. Hopefully, it'll be Sterling and we'll get people like Romelu off our books. You could even have Reece having to go to stop us getting relegated. But let's face it, if his next season's like this season, who's going to buy him for a start? But if they do, he'll probably move and never get injured. That's the Chelsea way, isn't it? Sorry, folks, I'm not on it today. You might even want to ignore this vlog, but just speaking from the heart, them owners, oh my God, useless, absolutely useless. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for the channel and throw the video a like. Okay, speak to you after the United game. Up to Chelsea.